Those fish are dead from an oil spill. Do you want this to keep happening?
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here.
Why is this happening?
Well, humans need ways to produce electricity and power factories, and a way they do that is by drilling for oil. As you can see, some of the side effects of drilling aren't the best. In fact, they are terrible. One way people can prevent this is by using alternate sources of energy. The best way to prevent this from happening is to replace fossil fuels with hydroelectricity.
What is hydroelectricity?
Hydroelectricity is another way to create electricity that we use. Hydroelectricity is electricity produced by using the energy of moving water. It just uses water, turbines, a dam, and an electrical generator to create energy.
Well, how does it work?
People can create hydroelectricity in many different ways. You can use conservational dams, pump storage, run of rivers, tides, and undergrounds. Conservational dams use potential energy to drop water into the turbine that creates power in a generator. When using the pump storage method, the water is pumped between different reservoirs at different elevations. Run of the river method uses flowing water to push a turbine which creates power in an electric generator. The tide method uses kinetic energy from the ocean as the tides rise and fall. The underground method uses an underground power station. The system uses two waterways, for example, a waterfall and a lake. A tunnel underground takes the water from the high reservoir to the underground generating area, and a horizontal tail race takes water away to the lower outlet waterway.
Well, why should we use hydroelectricity over any other source? What makes it better than the other sources?
There are plenty of reasons. First of all, hydroelectricity is a renewable source. We're just getting energy from running water. Water makes up 75% of the earth. Also, it's easy to use. Water is everywhere and there is easier access compared to, for example, solar energy. Water is on the planet 24/7, while only some of the day people can get energy from the sun because it's not out 24/7. Not to mention, water is very cheap. It is a domestic resource, which means that every country has it. It costs only 1/3 of the cost of fossil fuels and 1/6 of the cost of natural gas to create hydroelectricity. Also, using hydroelectricity helps store water. Helping store water can prevent floods and droughts. Since it also stores rainwater, we can turn it into drinking water as well. Water can also fight climate changes. It only produces very, very small amounts of greenhouse gases. If we use hydroelectricity instead of fossil fuels, oil for example, each day we could prevent 4.4 million barrels of oil from being produced. Each year we use hydropower. It prevents 22 billion gallons of oil or 120 million tons of coal from being used. That's a lot. Water can also improve the air. It doesn't produce pollutants. Since hydroelectricity would substitute for fossil fuels, it also substitutes for acid rain, smog, toxic products, and also more horrible pollutants. It has very little output of CO2 as well. Using hydroelectricity can save a lot of energy. Hydro turbines convert 90% of water into electricity, while fossil fuels only convert 50% of their fuels into electricity. Lastly, water is long-term. We will never run out of water because it will always be here to use, and it's renewable.
How long has hydroelectricity been used? When did it even start?
Actually, hydroelectricity has been used since the ancient Greeks. They used water wheels, where rushing water would turn the wheel, and they converted kinetic energy to mechanical energy when this occurred. They used these wheels to turn wheat into flour. In the 1800s, factories used these water wheels to cut timber with saws. In 1879, Niagara Falls powered the first hydroelectric plant with its high waterfall. The water rushing down caused the turbine to turn, creating electricity. Since then, most hydroelectric plants have used man-made waterfalls. The water can also convert to electricity that opens and closes the gates. So, in reality, water controls its own dam walls. Now, 1/5 of global electricity is hydropowered. Canada is the biggest hydropower producer, and the U.S. is the second. 6.4% of U.S. energy is hydropowered. Hydroelectricity is 97% of all renewable electricity used in the world.
Hydroelectricity is the way to go. If we use hydroelectricity, it saves money, the environment, energy, and time. Each year for the next 25 years, the world is supposed to increase the use of hydroelectricity by 3.1% each year. Let's raise that number.